What is up, YouTube? And today we are talking about Empyrean Ilynav and if you guys should actually be pulling for her, how strong she is, and if you guys don't actually know what her skills do, I will actually talk about her skills as well. So this unit is pretty strong. I don't actually have her yet, but I've been fighting her a lot in Arena and Guild Wars, and I've actually tested her out with some friends or against some friends in RTA mock battles, and she's just a very strong unit, right? So basically, her main gimmick is that she has this passive that will increase penetration resistance of all allies. So it's not even just for herself, it's for everyone. And every time an ally gets attacked, you get CR pushed. It makes her very annoying because her base defense and health are super high because she's a knight. And if you ignore her, she's just constantly CR pushing. And if you focus her, she's just very tanky. And she has this insane buff to resist penetration, which is a huge part of Epic 7 right now. Most, if not all, of the meta powerful units that do a lot of damage have penetration, right? If we think about it, Laya, S3 penetrates defense. Janua's does as well. Blood Moon Haste, right? Even penetration set. And even units like ML Landy with their AoE S3 that usually ends games. This Dragon's Pride passive will counter all of them super hard because all of them have penetration and really rely heavily on that penetration. And even though it's only 30% is a huge deal, and you'll notice that in your games right away. It makes it so that your teams just become immensely tankier. And on top of that, not only does she do just that, like make your team tankier and stuff like that, she also has a Dispel, so she will actually cleanse 2 debuffs from your allies, which is very nice, and put this buff up that gives you increased defense and effect resist. This will actually stack with passives such as like Maid Chloe's S2, so it makes it so that your team just becomes harder to debuff and also harder to kill, right? Not only do you have this penetration resistance, but you get defense on top of that. So yeah, you just become a super tanky team. And also because of these injuries, you're going to notice that if you ignore her and focus on her team, when you're CR pushing her up, she's not just like a knight that just doesn't really have threatening S1s or S3s. She has injuries, so this is very annoying. So you actually will get injured, and we have a ton of health scaling units that actually get affected by this a lot. So this makes her a very powerful unit. Also, we have her S1 also applying injuries, and you're going to see that it will heal her as well. If you soul burn this, what will actually happen is do more injuries, and you'll actually do additional damage equivalent to the injuries you inflicted. So in a long fight, when you build up a lot of souls, you can do a ton of damage with your soul burn S1. So it just makes her a very toxic unit, honestly. And a lot of people do actually build her on very high crit damage, and you're going to notice that her multipliers on her skills hit pretty hard. They don't scale like super hard, like, you know, real damage dealers such as like mages, you know, rangers and stuff like that. Because they do scale with health, and because, you know, you can actually detonate these injuries later on, an injury scale with the damage you deal. If you build it on high crit damage, what you actually do is you S3, then you'll soul burn S1, and you can pretty much one-shot a ton of units that are pretty squishy. So it makes her a very powerful unit. I definitely think this unit is worth going for, guys. She's extremely strong. I actually don't have her yet. I have 9,000 Sky Stones in a dream and 120 summons till pity, so hopefully I can get her because she is just super powerful. There's a lot of ways to build her. People are still testing her out. I think a lot of people like to build her on either full damage with decent bulk or just full bulk, and 3F is a very powerful artifact on her. This artifact, if you didn't actually get it from the collab, it kind of sucks for you because this artifact is going to be so strong in the future currently, and with just more knights coming out. You can see I have 1 max and I have 2 sitting here. I can powder, or not powder, bottle of knowledge these later. So yeah, definitely a strong unit, guys. Even if you don't have 3F, you can put her on like Aureus and she's fine as a mitigator. There's just so many ways to play her, and she's a very powerful unit. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys pulled for her and how many summons it took, and also how you guys actually have her built.